Hello, my name is Andrew Buck. I'll be presenting today on mysticism in Christianity. The mystic I have chosen to discuss is Saint Teresa of Avila. Um, much with like all my other previous presentations, I find it useful to outline just the religion, just kind of briefly get those key concepts to kind of make the mysticism make more sense. So here's a little bit of a brief overview of Christianity. It began in the first century CE, based on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. It teaches the belief in one singular God and an emphasis on salvation, reconciliation between humanity and God. So unlike Buddhism, as before, which focuses on that liberation from suffering, Christianity centers on restoring a relationship with a personal God. So here's some of those concepts in Christianity. It teaches that humility is separate from God. Uh, Humility is separated from God through sin. However, God offers grace. This is a undeserved divine help to restore that relationship. Um, and salvation is not achieved through low effort alone, but through grace. Prayer becomes a central practice through which believers in this religion grow closer to God. So, like a mystical path, what does that look like in Christianity? So, in Christian mysticism, the path involves a deeper interior prayer and contemplation. Rather than dissolving oneself, such as found in Buddhism, the goal is loving union with God. This union is not achieved purely by discipline, but through a divine grace. So Saint Teresa of Avila, she was a Spanish nun in the 16th century, a reformer of the Carmelite order. She experienced intense mystical states and wrote about them in great detail. Because of her influence and theological depth, she was later named a doctor of the church. Now, that doesn't mean she can practice medicine. A doctor of the church just means that the Pope and various other Catholic Catholic figures have agreed that in kind of recognizing her significant contributions to the church, specifically via study and other works. So a little on her mystical experiences. So Teresa reported visions of Christ and profound states of prayer in which she felt directly tied with God. One famous experience is called the transverberation, where she described an angel piercing her heart with divine love. These experiences were not emotional excess, but transformative encounters that changed her life, which is kind of getting at that core essence of what makes mysticism. So, interior castle. So, this is what Teresa describes uh, in her spiritual life, the interior castle. She imagined the soul as a castle with 7 rooms. As a person progresses inwardly through prayer and purification, they move closer and closer to the center where the union of God occurs. So, the mystical union found within Christianity, at the center of this castle is that spiritual marriage. That's at the center of that castle. The ideal end goal of Christianity, the complete union with God. Now, the soul doesn't become God, it just becomes united in love. So, unlike Shankara's identity with the Brahman or the Buddhist emptiness, Christian mysticism maintains the distinction, but a perfect relationship. So, a little bit about her theology, like her beliefs within the church. So, there are many denominations found within Christianity. The one that she is aligned with is Catholicism. Um, and so that's the mysticism that she is rooted in. This emphasizes the union with God is only made possible through grace, and that human effort prepares the soul, but God completes that transformation. A little bit about her impact. So, Teresa remains one of the most influential figures in Christian spirituality. Her teachings and writings on prayer and contemplation are still studied today within the Catholic Church, and she helped define what Christian mystical experience looks like. In conclusion, Saint Teresa of Avila shows that Christian mysticism is centered on love and relationship. The goal is not to escape from the world or the dissolution of the self, but a union, a perfect union with that personal God. Thank you.